The following video is a glimpse into the daily life of myself and sometimes Corey during the coronavirus outbreak of 2020. This is the 14th and second to last week. I can't pronounce the word. The second to last week. Next week is going to be the final episode, hopefully, of the Quarantine Chronicles. Then we're going to go right into the post-Quarantine Chronicles, where I'll show what's happening in terms of everything kind of going back to normal, or as close to normal as we can get. So that should be very interesting. This whole process has been, I wouldn't say fun, but certainly an experience. And I'm glad everybody's been watching and enjoying this series as I make it. It's been a wild ride, that's for sure. So sit back, relax, and enjoy week 14 of the Quarantine Chronicles. There's a group over there having a little party. I don't know what, but just kind of hanging out, blasting some music. Not great for recording purposes, but hey, glad y'all are having a good time. There's another bird in that tree too. Very interesting. Hey everybody, it is day 91 of the quarantine, and I have some very big news. Very big news that is going to see this series come to a close. I've been kind of hinting that it's going to happen sooner than later, and now I know distinctly when. So I can only give certain details. I'm not going to go too far in terms of like what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not, but very big news. As you can see, all these underwater plants have really grown up. They also haven't mowed the grass in probably weeks at this point. It's really bad out here. Used to be a lot cleaner and a lot nicer, but I guess, you know, with the whole quarantine thing, lawn care is, I guess, one of the complex's last concerns. But it does make the place kind of look not deserted, but kind of trashy, let's be honest. There's that bird. It's flapping its wings in the tree. It's weird to see a bird of that type in a tree like that. Maybe it's got a nest up there. I don't know. He's flapping his wings, doing his thing. I don't know. Kind of different. So I got a call this morning at 10 a.m. that said that I am being recalled to work. So I know when I will be going back to work. I'm not going to say when because I don't think that's information I need to share. But I am going back to work in the not too distant future. So that's big. That means that I'll finally have something to do besides chill at home all day. Although I guess, you know, once I go back to work, I'm probably going to want to chill when I get home. But at least I'll be able to go out and about a lot more than I have been. Now, what this means is that the Quarantine Chronicles, as it is known today, has 2 more weeks. So we're going to be going till week 15. This is week 14. And we'll have 1 more week after this before the series comes to a close. Because I won't be in quote-unquote quarantine anymore. I'll be going back to work. Now, when that happens, we're still going to keep doing something very similar. I'm just going to tweak the name. We're going to be starting a new series called the Post-Quarantine Chronicles that documents everything that happens once my quarantine has ended. So I'll be able to document kind of certain elements of my life that I'm allowed to share. Obviously, anything that comes to Disney, I'm not really allowed to talk about, and I value my job too much to risk it, even though I may want to talk about it. So obviously I can't share anything too personal or too interconnected with what's going on at Disney, but I can kind of share some of my experiences as well as document some of the things that go on after the quarantine ends. So I don't know how long that series is going to go. Probably not too long. I mean, once things start to go back to normal, like normal, I'll probably end it, but it'll be a slight change to the formula that you're currently seeing with the Quarantine Chronicles. So, in a nutshell, after week 15, Quarantine Chronicles is officially finished. And then afterwards will be the post-Quarantine Chronicles. And it'll be done very, very similar to how this is. Just instead of focusing on what I'm doing during the quarantine, it's what I'm doing after the quarantine is over. So, yeah, big news. So, I've got 2 weeks to kind of enjoy not being at work, as well as kind of trying to get back into the rhythm of going back to work, which is going to be tough because my sleep schedule is all kinds of messed up right now. So I'm going to have to try to start going to bed at a more reasonable hour. I might even try to start tonight, just because I want to make sure that by whenever I go back to work, I'm used to going to bed at certain hours. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what's going on today. Pretty big deal. It'd be very interesting to see how the next couple weeks planned out, and then what happens when I go back to work. It's a beautiful sunny day. Doing some laundry for my evening tonight. Hey everybody, it is day 92 and just did some laundry. Been needing to do it for a while. One positive, I guess, of not having to leave the house much is I don't have to do laundry every week. It's the first time I've done it, I think, a month. So that's been nice. Couple good things today. The federal waiting week appears to actually be coming into people's accounts this week. So Corey has his pending already. I usually have the same when he has some money pending, so mine's probably pending for tomorrow too, so yay, more money. And tonight I'm actually going out with a friend of mine and Corey to Gator's Dockside. We're gonna get some unlimited wings. Should be fun. Again, it'll be the second restaurant I've been to since everything started, but I think it'll be a good time. Other than that, yeah, nothing too crazy. It's been a pretty substandard day. Played some Animal Crossing, caught a lot of rare fish. That's about it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's been today. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. It's day 93 of the quarantine. As you can see, I'm rocking out with my new earphones. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering why I bothered to get new earphones when I already had perfectly usable earbuds. The reason why is I actually got these for editing purposes. I wanted to give myself a really nice pair of headphones I can use at home, so that when I'm working on sound levels for my videos and such, that I can hear it a little bit better, rather than just plugging in my AirPods or listening to the audio on my computer. So I figured these are going to do the trick nicely. Plus, on long airplane trips or long car trips and whatever, I can also use these instead of using my AirPods, just because I don't have to worry about losing them. So I like them a lot. I think they're pretty cool. I did work on something that you've already seen by the time you've seen this, but I redid the post video clip, the outro for my videos. And the reason why I redid it is a lot of people mentioned how it was kind of hard to see. So I redid it to make it a little bit easier to see. I also added an extended portion at the end to add end tags on YouTube. So by the time this video is out, you'll have seen it already. I'm also going to be doing one for the Thrill Seekers as well. So yeah, hope you like it. I worked on it today. That was my big accomplishment. Other than that, played a lot of Animal Crossing, slept in, got some work done around my room. The main thing I did was I cleared off my computer desk, because I had a bunch of junk on there since my computer desk wasn't being used because my computer's dead. But now I'm using it for my new computer. So all that set up on the desk. Now I have a nice workspace where I can edit and not have to lean over on my little table in front of my bed, and I can use my new chair. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But that's today. Nothing crazy, nothing super monumental happened. Just got some nice headphones and got some editing done. All right, time for another trip to the store because I have to buy ink for my printer. As weird as that sounds, that's something I absolutely need right now because I have to return something to Amazon. I need to print a label. Hello, it is day 94 and I am off to Office Max because I need to get ink. The reason why I need to get ink is because I bought a cooling stand off of Amazon for my laptop. And the one they sent me is not at all what was advertised. Not at all, completely wrong item. So I actually have to go buy ink, print a label, and then set it outside so the UPS can pick it up tomorrow. And Amazon will send me a new one, so that's fun. So I gotta go do that. Probably gonna pick up lunch too, and head home and see what the rest of the day has in store. But yeah, that's the plan right now. So obviously it is much later in the same day, but today I came across two kind of interesting things that I just never really thought about until now because I had to deal with them. First of all, ink cartridges are hella expensive. When I went to go to Office Max to get ink for my printer, they only had the black and white cartridge. They didn't even have the color one in stock. And the black and white one was $40 for an ink cartridge. Just one ink cartridge. That sucks. So yeah, I understand why buying ink for a printer is rough. The other thing that I discovered, trying to get an old printer to work on a Mac is very, very difficult. I tried a number of different things. Canon doesn't even make drivers that work for the Mac iOS that I have. So, and then I tried to work around by using a different driver just to see if it would function. It didn't. So what I essentially had to do to print my return label to send my thing back to Amazon is borrow Corey's laptop. Which, of course, it worked immediately because he has Windows 10. It's a Windows laptop. And print it off of that, which was annoying, but, I mean, you know, that's one trouble with having my now only computer being a Mac is that there's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of used to on Windows PCs that are just not going to work. Or they'll work differently, which, I mean, I'll get used to it, I'm sure. But I will say that eventually I do want to get another PC, preferably a desktop, because the MacBook, the whole idea is this is what I'm going to use for video editing from here on out, for the most part, except for this series, which I am going to finish up on the iPad just because there's the lovely song that you've heard for every episode is not on the MacBook version of iMovie, so I have to continue to use the iPad in order to keep the song in. So that's what I'm going to be using for video editing primarily, as well as some other, you know, stuff. So I do want to have a PC that can do other things. So eventually I do want to pick up a new desktop. And of course I have everything I need for a desktop. I just don't have the actual tower. So we'll see. Hopefully eventually I'll be able to pick one up. But in the meantime, I've got my MacBook. I'm going to do the best that I can with that MacBook. And eventually, when I have the money and the time needed to put into it, I'll pick up a new PC. So, yeah. But yeah, two frustrations I had to deal with today that were oh so fun. Hello everybody, it is day 94. And today's been a pretty chill day, didn't do a whole lot. Got some cool stuff from Amazon today, which I unboxed for a new episode of The Haul, so check that out if you haven't already. I believe that comes out this week. So look for that. It'll show off everything I got. Played a lot of Animal Crossing, as usual. I wanted to play more Pokemon, but didn't get around to it just because I had a lot of other stuff going on. I also edited some new stuff, including new outros for both Thrill Seekers and BigCTV. And I think they're going to be really good, so hopefully you like them. You know, pretty chill day. Not a whole lot happening. One big thing that happened, which is sad but also kind of expected. Disney announced today some major changes to their fall special event lineup. Food and Wine Festival is happening, but in kind of a modified form. They're going to have less booths, and they're going to be spaced out a lot more than they usually are. They're also going to be combining some of the elements of Flower and Garden with Food and Wine, just because they didn't really get to use them since Flower and Garden got canceled pretty early into its life. So it's going to be kind of a weird Flower and Garden Food and Wine hybrid, and it starts in July. So we'll have to wait too long for that at Epcot. But the sad news is both the H2O Glow Nights at Typhoon Lagoon, and more sad, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party have both been canceled for 2020, which that's a big deal. So sadly, there will not be a Mickey's Not So Scary video as part of Spooktacular. If there even is a Spooktacular this year, who knows at this point. They did say that they're monitoring the situation in terms of their holiday events, which they have not officially canceled yet. So those might survive. But for now, our first major Halloween event of 2020 has been canceled. So all eyes are now on SeaWorld and Universal. Hopefully they will not cancel Horror Nights, because that would make me very, very sad. But it could happen. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Another rainy June afternoon. What's today gonna bring? Not really sure yet. Probably nothing too interesting. Hello, it is day 95. And today hasn't been anything too crazy. I stayed at home, I got some free Moe's delivered. Not free Moe's, but free delivery for Moe's. They've started a promotion today. I did actually find something that's very hotly desired that I've been tempted to get for a while, but of course it's been impossible to find until I found it. That, of course, is Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch. It's like an exercise game where you get this ring and you put a Joy-Con in it. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I finally found one at Best Buy's website, so I think that'll be nice. So I'm going to pick one of those up. Yeah. Other than that, just waiting for my package from Amazon to come in today. I don't know when that will be, but at some point today it should come in. And I'm going to play some games. I already did some Animal Crossing today. So we'll see what today brings, but nothing crazy so far. Hello everybody, it is day 97 of the quarantine. Yes, I know I messed up on the dates the last couple days. My bad. I corrected it in editing though. Good job, editor Chris. Today was not very exciting. Really didn't do much today. I woke up super late because I was up till about 4:30 getting today's Rock Band Karaoke up, and even then it didn't go up properly. It was late, so I apologize for that, but I got it up. It's there, it's live, you can watch it. I also filmed one new video, edited a few others, so added more premieres for the coming week. So I've got basically all of next week's set done and a few in the future, so that's fun. Played a little Animal Crossing. Haven't really played much today. Mostly been watching YouTube videos and editing, so it's been kind of an uneventful day. I did get some new stuff, which I will be showing in a second haul video for all of my online sale purchases. I also got something that's quite exciting that I'm going to do an entire video on later, so that's pretty cool. Look forward to that. Other than that, though, today's been pretty chill. Nothing really going on. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and my dad and brothers are coming down, so I'm going to try to entertain them as best I can from my apartment, since our normal go-to is to go watch a movie, which we can't really do because all the theaters are closed. In fact, there's really nothing to do outside of staying here that's worth doing. We're going to go out to eat, definitely, but like, in terms of activities, there's really not much we can do, so I think we're probably just going to hang out at my place, play some games, maybe watch a movie. We'll see. So should be fun. You'll probably see that on next week's Quarantine Chronicles finale. That's right, this is the second to last episode of at least this season of the Quarantine Chronicles. Hopefully we won't have any more of these, and we'll just go straight into post-Quarantine Chronicles, and that'll be it. But considering there's been a very, very large spike in people getting the coronavirus, that might not be the case. So, who knows at this point. I'm still going to go ahead and start the post-Quarantine Chronicles after next week, just because I am going back to work, but we'll see. We might go back to the Quarantine Chronicles depending on what happens. So, yeah, it should be very interesting next few weeks. Honestly, I think the post-quarantine is going to be probably a bit more interesting than the quarantine itself, just because a lot's going to happen, and it's going to be very interesting to see how we all adapt to our temporary new normal, at least until things can really start going back to normal. So it will certainly be interesting. But yeah, that's all for today, and that's going to do it for this episode of the Quarantine Chronicles. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Remember, new videos on this channel go live every single day at noon Eastern time. So hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. That's going to do it. See you next time on the Quarantine Chronicles for the season finale. Bye.